Okay, and I am back with another Milestone hop. I am so excited, and I just love celebrating these, you guys, because it's hard work to get where we are, and you know, we want to let our creators know that we appreciate this very, very, very much. There I go with the veries again. I need to stop that. So today we are celebrating Kelsey Mae Webster, and she has reached her 2,000 subscribers. Wow! Congratulations, Kelsey. That is amazing. So I went through her feed. I stalked her, you guys. Yes, I did. And this is the layout that I have chosen. I absolutely love the little ripped pieces going on here. I love all of this painting stuff going on, and just the little tiny bits that you guys can't probably see that are in all of her little clusters. Just all the little details, you guys. I absolutely love it. And so this is the product that I chose to replicate what she is going to be doing. So I have a couple tiny word stickers. These are Tim Holtz. I believe he called them the book stickers. They're from books. Anyways, I already picked out which ones I was going to use. I put them on this packaging because I got lazy. That's just it. 49 in Market, I selected a few of these like balsa type wood pieces. So that is all of these right over here. I also have a stencil that I got in my Not Just for Boys kit club that looks like diamond plating. I can't wait. I have my two photos. Now this is just a structure that is at the entryway to the car museum, the automobile museum. And among all these structures are all the manufacturers of cars back then, you know, past and present type thing. And I found one that's got my first name on it. Huh? Isn't that cool? Okay, so yeah, I'm a dork. I also have my favoriteest twine in the whole wide world because she uses twine throughout her layout, and I don't do that very often. So I thought, you know what, that's one of the things I'm going to bring in, at least try to. And if I run out of that one, I have another roll because it is my favoriteest, you guys. I'm going to be sad if they quit selling it. I better stock up now. I also have two of these pieces. They're like a chicken wire from Stampin' Up. I'm not really sure if you guys can see that. They're like a chicken wire. I don't know if I'll use it or not because I was going to use this in place of the stencil, but I might use the stencil instead. So yay or nay on that one. I'm going to take this and use this, maybe. I'm not really sure. She doesn't have a whole lot of words on hers, so I'm not really sure. I have my title that is out of that balsa wood, so it just says memory captured. Just like that. I picked out a few 6x6 paper pads because they were handy. Not pads, papers. Because they were handy, and she used a lot of layers behind one of her photos and then only matted 2 mats on another photo. So I've got a lot of layers, and I doubled some of them because I have 2 photos and one of them will use up most of this paper. Okay, so that's where my logic was on that. This one here is a Creative Memories little piece of paper that I chose. And then for my little blocks that I'm going to rip out of my paper, I chose this piece. And I got this one. It's Ella. No, it's not. Is it Ella and Vive? Hang on. I ripped it off, you guys. I cut it off already. Oh, I lied. It's P13 Free Spirit. I'm so sorry. So I've got P13. I'm going to put it behind in places and rip it. Clearly I'm not going to put this whole thing behind, but I will be using this in my little ripping parts. Okay, for my mixed media that she has going on, I picked out 2 sparkle sprays. One is Morning Fog and one is Cocoa Powder. So this one is a silver and this one is a bronze type thing. So I wanted to try and see, I want to do this one first, but I have a feeling if I mix both of them, they're just going to be sparkle and no color. So I might not use this one. I just grabbed it because my brain thinks. And then for the stencil, I have Copper Penny Nouveau Drops. Okay, just to try to get a little bit of coppery metal feel going on this layout because I don't have any. Oh my gosh, why didn't I use metal gears? Oh, I know why I did not. I didn't use metal gears because this paper by Creative Memories is on not like copy paper thin and not old school thin, but it is pretty thin. Okay. And so I just decided to use these little bits. Plus she used raw chipboard or raw wood, and I wanted this to look exactly like that. All right. So I am going to get going on this layout, and yeah, let's see what I can do. The first thing I need to do is actually map my photos so that way I know how much space I have on the layout in order to do my little painting swishy stuff. Now I do have to say, for some reason, this was very intimidating for me, and I don't know why exactly dry brushing paint was intimidating for me. I've never had a problem with it before, but I just really was like, I don't know, like unsure of myself, and it just was kind of weird. So anyways, back to matting, I pulled out some cardstock and I decided I wanted a white border, not as thick as hers, but I decided I wanted a white border around my photos. So that way I was able to visually see the photos, because they are kind of sort of busy. It's not like you can quickly glance and see a person's face. And so I was worried about using all these busy pattern papers behind my photos and not being able to see what it was that was in the photo. So basically, long story short, I took out all the pattern papers and never used them. I used all the more calming papers. And then I didn't have another dark brown scrap of cardstock or anything like that that matched the one that I just used on my larger photo. So I'm just going to make my own, and I am taking I think it's ground espresso from Tim Holtz, and I am just heavily inking the edges to try and get that dark brown color that I am looking for. And I think I achieved it. It's a little off, but it's okay. Now to do these, the dry brushing. Oh my gosh. I decided to overlap my photos where the two placards are blown up, because I don't need doubles of those. I blew them up so that way you could see which one of them actually says. And so yeah, I just decided basically that I was going to cover those up and have the photos overlap there, because it wasn't a big deal if I didn't have duplicates of a placard. Yep. Anyways, back to the dry brushing. Again, you guys, I have no idea why this was so intimidating. For one, the Nuvo spray dried uber super fast. As soon as I brushed it on the paper, bam, it was dry. So I had to kind of work pretty fast. And then there were some spots where I was trying to go twice, and it left unwanted brush strokes that I did not want. So good thing picture is going to cover up most of it. But I only wanted to put the brush strokes where outside of the pictures rather than underneath the picture. One, it's kind of a waste of product in my brain. So yeah, I just decided that that's what I was going to do, laid my photos back down, and it was perfect. Yep. Good to go. Now I'm taking my copper penny and basically running it through my stencil. And because I do that, it dries uber super fast, you guys. I did hardly any drying time at all. I was able to just basically clean up my stencil, clean up all my mixed media. And by the time I got back, pam, it's dried. I love it. No overnighters for me. So I am, doing that extra matte. And then when I realized that one of the mattes wasn't really a matte, it was more of like a strip of an embellishment, I decided to put these words up there. Because to me, it is the little teeny tiny things in life that I take joy in, rather than, everything has to be big all the time. The tiniest little things make me giggle, make me laugh, make me happy. And so that saying says it all for me. And, the little placard, it was something my son pointed out, and I was like, hey, it does. Here we go. Click. And now I'm documenting it. So I am putting my title down. It just says memory captured, because that's what it was. And then I'll explain to you guys how I plan on overlapping those balsa wood pieces here in a few. I did have to pull out my little bin of trinkets that belong in my industrial grunge category, because I just felt like there wasn't enough. I wanted stuff all over this layout, you guys. Looking at her clusters, she had quite a bit in a larger cluster right close to the title, and then she had a smaller cluster, and then itty bitty little cluster in a ripped piece. And then down below, even farther, she had another cluster. And so I was like, oh, well, I don't have enough pieces for that. So I need more, and once I kept going, I was like, oh, I love this. Oh, I really like that. Look, more copper gears. Oh, look, I'm pulling out more copper gears. Yep. And then I did pull out like this gray brown copper in a gear as well. And so that was even exciting. I just couldn't believe how all of this stuff just was laying in my bin. I mean, how miraculous is that? Who'd have thunk I had all this junk? So anyways, just keep adding. I wanted to try and build up the clusters and make sure that everyone knew that, I have a large cluster, a medium cluster, and then I'm going to have a smaller cluster later. I just work on that pretty much last. Here's where I try my hand at the twine. I didn't know what I was doing. So I just kind of put a bunch of glue back there and smushed the twine in some glue and put it on my project. There we go. And I actually do kind of like how it turned out. I was pretty excited with the way that the twine just kind of fell on the page. And I'm like, yeah, I like that. It makes it look like a broken belt. The things that my brain thinks of. Yep. You guys just don't even want to know. You just don't. So now I am basically gluing everything to the photo mat. Little bits at a time, and then I'll flip everything over and glue it down as one large cluster. I didn't want to misplace anything except for the fact that I take all of my little gears and I totally forget where I put them. So the last thing that I do is add the little gears, but I can't remember where I originally had them, which is fine because where they ended up is clearly where they were meant to be, right? Yes. So I'm gluing down the word memory, one little letter at a time. That's obnoxious, but hey, it has to be done if I want it to look good. And then what I'm going to do is, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to take the word captured and I'm going to put a strip of paper behind it. And then that way I can have a place to put my my foam dots, because if not, I would have had to take my foam and most definitely, they would have been the tiniest little strips and I would have gotten annoyed and it wouldn't have been fun. So yeah, it wasn't something I was in the mood for. So basically here it is. And there's my morning coffee. Good morning. Let's taste it and see if it tastes good. Yes, it does. Sorry about that, you guys. All sorts of interruptions go on in this. So it's life, right? Turning everything around. I'm also explaining a few things to my husband and, just having a morning conversation with him. I am the early bird in my house. And so I wake up at about, roughly between 2 hours to 3 hours, depending on how late we stayed up the night before everyone else. And so it's kind of nice getting that time in my craft room. And then that way, if we have things planned for the entire rest of the day, I don't have to worry about not getting back into my craft room. It's like I had 2 to 3 hours to get done what I needed to get done or wanted to get done, or get anything done. And I'm grateful for that. And that's all that, I shouldn't get upset because I didn't get to go back into my craft room that day. Not at all. I don't. Not that I shouldn't. I don't. Anyways, working on my ripping. Oh, I was so excited. You guys have never done that before. Seriously, all the grungy layouts that I do, I've never ripped my edge of my paper and put another piece of paper behind it. Why not? What was I thinking? So I decided to work from the back side because when I realized that my brain wasn't going to be able to line all those up, and plus I wanted to cut off some pieces and things like that, I basically just didn't want to use up, all this paper for that one little spot. I mean, that's like priceless paper right there. I can't do that. So
putting some more twine behind a third gear while I was babbling about, my morning routines. I put a twine in the left-hand little gear over there as well. I'm really liking this twine thing. It's kind of like a no-brainer. I didn't even have to think about it. I just stuck it down, let it fall where it wanted to fall, and voila, we were done. Yay! So, and I enjoyed how it all looks. And so here I go. I can't believe that I've never done these types of things on layouts like this. No twine, no ripping of the paper, none of that stuff. Why not? This is just an amazing, I like my layout, you guys. Can I say that? Am I allowed to like my own stuff? I would hope so. So, finishing off with the couple gears that I had left over, there was a few that I did not put on, and that's it. I'm done. Yay. I love this layout. I love the colors. I love the style. Kelsey, thank you so much for allowing us to help you celebrate this awesome milestone of yours. And I really enjoyed scraplifting from you. Thank you very, very much. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.